Back with more observations courtesy of Claudia Jordan, Lisa Ray, Vivica Fox, and Selena Johnson of Cocktails with Queens. It's just crazy how modern women, how they think about marriage today. But you know what? Let's go ahead and get into it.
My girl Aisha, and I want to just shout her out because shout out to Black Love. Her man, they had a baby a month ago, and at the baby shower, I was talking to her man. I go, so what's up? What's up? He goes, I got plans for your girl. And to see a man follow through, and he invited her closest friends. It was just 4 of her homegirls. He had these cupcakes and it said, will you marry me? But it was her birthday. So we snuck up he had a whole tent set up on the beach and rose petals and vegan food and a chef, and their baby was with them, so beautiful. She thought it was a photo shoot. So we roll up singing happy birthday and we have the cupcakes, but she's so excited to see everybody. She's not even reading the cupcakes. We go, girl, read the cupcakes. And it says, will you marry me? And she turns around. He's on his knee, holding the ring. Wow. And I had the ugly cry. I was like,
love would do that
too. How love just make you cry. It makes so the romance of it all. You'd be like, I want that, or I got that, or I'm drinking that, I'm on that.
I'll tell you what it does do. And you go home and you be looking at your man like, why ain't you doing that?
Yeah, that's right, Lisa. They cry when they see love and happiness because they want it too. Claudia was just describing going to Miami. Her homegirl had a baby, and at the baby shower, she decided she was gonna go up to the man and say, what's up? Like, when are you gonna marry my girl? And you know what? They do this all the time. These modern women, they think they're slick. They use their friends, their mothers, their aunts, their cousins. They'll use anybody to try to pressure their men into marriage, especially if they're pregnant. As a woman, she's getting a lot of pressure from all kinds of directions because she knows she's supposed to marry before she carry. But when you show up with the baby first, they use that as an opportunity to try to pressure men into marriage. And in the past, this worked. But messages like this, it is spreading. Just over the years, talking in groups with women, and a lot of the time, them exposing their own secrets. I have heard countless stories of women who tricked a man into getting her pregnant and using that to get him to marry her. So this is not uncommon, but a lot of men, they're hip to this game already, and that really doesn't work anymore. Baby or not, younger men out there, don't allow anybody to pressure you into marriage, because at the end of the day, that risk that you're taking to marry this woman, that's a risk that her friends are not taking. That's a risk that her mother, she's not taking, or her family members. They're not taking that same risk. That risk is all on you. When you're in divorce court, all these people trying to pressure you, they won't be there. And if they are there, they're on her side, not yours. And then you have Claudia. She was trying to make it seem like she was just so happy for her friend. Claudia was crying because she wanted to get married too. And that's why she said, when you see stuff like that, it made her want to go home and ask her boyfriend, why you ain't doing this? Women are like babies. You know, sometimes babies, they could be around people eating and then they will just start to cry. That's because they want the food too. So it's the same kind of thing here. Claudia was not crying because she was happy for her friend. Claudia was crying because she wished it was her who was being proposed to on the beach in Miami.
Like, well,
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I want some of that Instagram love.
That was Lisa Ray right there. I want some of that Instagram love. And she just said what a lot of these women are thinking these days. They want the big wedding for show. Like I talked about Safari and Erica Mena's wedding recently. Beautiful wedding. Lots of money spent on this wedding. But they have been talking about divorce since the first year in. And now it's blowing up and it hasn't even been 2 years. And this is why you have to keep your women off of social media. Not only do you not need her sharing all of your business, make sure you don't have one of those attention-seeking women. The one who's always trying to get the likes. And you also have to make sure that you have a woman who's not heavily on social media and make sure she's not easily influenced. I'm talking about the type of woman who will go on Instagram and she'll see a woman on a jet with a Birkin bag. And then now she's looking at you like, hey, you're not doing enough for me. You need to charter me a jet and get me a Birkin bag. Or the type of woman who will watch TikTok and all these dances and then now she wants to do the dance. Had a video about that earlier this year, where the woman gave up her relationship all because she wanted to do the silhouette challenge on TikTok.
Why is that when someone gets engaged or like some real special thing, whoever is in your life at the time, you'd be like, you know what?
I feel
I'm
bad.
looking at you a whole nother way.
You look all the way different.
And lately, you know, a lot of my friends have been, you know, kind of going to the next level and, you know, starting families or getting engaged.
Yes.
And we probably should talk about that maybe one day in Queendom about, you know, like I won't call it bittersweet, but seeing that and maybe resisting comparing your relationship to others, because that's,
And well,
you
it's
know what I'm
human. I believe that's totally human, that, you know, when something happens, it's inspiring and then eye-opening at the same time as well.
And then the same marriage you're begging for that they don't really want. And I say they don't really want it because they really don't want to do the work. They just like the idea of marriage, the fairy tale. But a woman would watch something on TV or listen to some woman saying something on the internet that was eye-opening, and they would go file for a whole divorce and throw away their whole marriage, listening to people they have no business listening to.
Yeah, well, maybe too, like, if it doesn't bother you, then it's probably not something that, you know, then you can be able to share in different experiences like that. And it won't bother you or affect your relationship, but it only tugs at the heartstring if you really in your heart want that.
Yeah,
So
right, that's true.
that,
I tell you what I be feeling when I see two old couples and they still holding hands and he got her and I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to go old by myself.
Lisa Ray, can I tell you, I saw that in New York. I had just went shopping, was meeting my friend for dinner, and this older couple walked in and it literally took my breath away. I was like, look at them. Look. Okay, and Daddy still had on this little suit jacket and was like, you know, like, this my lady. And I was like, oh.
But don't your mind go to them in the bedroom? Like, do they still be doing it?
they
yeah.
probably do be turning up. They be probably turning up.
Oh,
You know
my
what's
God. Are they in two separate beds? Hope not.
Probably.
Turning up
you know
when kids
what's
get
what's
out.
funny?
What?
On the outside, I think it looks romantic, right? We're like, oh, that's so cute. They've been together 70 years. But the reality is she probably can't stand his ass. My Aunt Sarah,
It ain't true.
my Aunt Sarah and her,
Mondays.
Claudia. She would be the one to take such a cute story and redirect the energy this way. Why would you get on national TV and promote the narrative that older couples, people that's been together for so long, they hate each other? And these are the type of conversations and media that women listen to and watch for decades. You have Lisa Ray in her 50s. She said,
I tell you what I be feeling when I see two old couples and they still holding hands and he got her and I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to go old by myself.
and I like Lisa, but we gotta keep it 100. Lisa, your mindset, your attitude, and your inability to get along with a man and serve a man long term, that's what got you growing old right now by yourself. Lisa Ray was the first lady or the princess or whatever you call it of the whole island. Like, how did you mess that up? But unfortunately, Lisa, just like a lot of other women, they get into these relationships and marriages and they believe that it's just all about them. They don't understand the duty and service and the responsibility that comes with being a wife. But keep listening here to Claudia.
my Aunt Sarah and her husband, well, he just recently passed away, and she's 95, okay? They've been together for like their entire lives, and they live in Brooklyn in a small apartment, but they made it work. You know, divorce is just never an option. And I remember one time Uncle Ken was like, Sarah, make me a sandwich. And she's like, you want a sandwich? You want a damn sandwich? So she, behind his back, she was digging her finger all in the bread, and she's like, you just goddamn sandwich. Make your sandwich yourself. And then she goes to service, and she's like, here, babe. And I'm like, that's probably closer to the reality of it than all that cute thing.
No, I'm not gonna believe that. No,
That was just that one day.
Claudia, we trying to keep hope alive over here.
But that's just, ladies, that's just that one day. There's gonna be some sandwich fisting, you know, every month.
Agreed, Selena.
There's gonna be some sandwich fisting every month. I mean, these are just the facts. You said she's 95 and they've been together their whole life. Girl, they've been together their whole life, 95.
Yours gonna be some non-ordering at all.
Wait a minute, what'd you say, Lisa Ray?
I said yours gonna be some non-ordering at all. I ain't ordered this there, nothing.
Listen, 50-something, 60-something years.
True. I will not be making a sandwich. Well, I can make a good old bologna sandwich with some cheese.
Oh no.
My mom raised me right. Or I can put some of the turkey on that, or I can order something from the delicatessen. What's it called, y'all? Delicatessen that I can put on a wheat bread. And I know how to make it salad.
Girl, put those some cheese and some butter on there.
But you're
and
right.
Get you
I
a
would
grilled
probably
cheese.
order it. It'll be here in a minute. Sit your down.
Yeah,
I think no matter
cheese sandwich and sat down. You can't go wrong down to the grilled cheese sandwich.
I think no matter how much you love someone, after 50, 60, 70 years, you tired of their
right.
All
Well, they got
but at this point,
that's your stuff, though, Claudia. At 70 years, at that point, that's your stuff.
It is what it is. It is what it
they
is.
got the formula, so they're working it out, and they know something that we don't know because they know how to stick it on out.
But just imagine
what somebody to show up and make it past the 3-month mark.
But what are you going to do? You've been together 50 years. That is a dance that has been perfected over time. So let's say, okay, he get on my nerve, so I'm gonna break up with him. You gonna go find somebody else and do that 50 more years of learning somebody else? Bad girl. I ain't doing that after 15 years.
After 20 years, you sit around like a buzzard, a vulture, and you wait for that life insurance, so you don't go nowhere. You sit your ass down.
Oh my God, girl.
You don't earn.
I'm leaving the building, Claudia. Okay, I'm just gonna exit. Okay,
that's it.
Okay, she just goes right for there. Like, okay, just go and die. Hurry up, so I can spend your money.
Okay, Jay, watch out.
That was Claudia Jordan, the same one who started this whole conversation about seeing one of her friends getting proposed to in Miami and how she's wondering why her boyfriend won't propose to her. And you should stay in your marriage until your spouse passes away. But the part for me is when she said after the 20-year mark, you need to sit there and wait like a vulture for him to pass away so you get the payout from the life insurance policy.
After 20 years, you sit around like a buzzard, a vulture, and you wait for that life insurance, so you don't go nowhere. You sit your ass down.
Oh my God, girl.
You don't earn.
I'm leaving the building, Claudia. Okay, I'm just gonna exit. Okay.
Why is she talking about it from this standpoint? And that's why Lisa Ray said, watch out, Jay. I'm assuming Jay is the boyfriend of Claudia. Lisa Ray is saying, watch out to Claudia's boyfriend because she might be pressuring you to marry her. And she may be really nice to you right now till you give her what she's asking for. And that's for the fairy tale, the Disney wedding. So she can have Instagram love and pictures. But when it really comes down to something as simple as making a sandwich, she's probably not going to like serving you. And that's the thing with these women today. They really want men to serve them. They don't want to serve men because they believe they are all the prize. We have 4 women here, all in their late 40s and 50s. All of them, they've been married at least once, except for Claudia. You heard Vivica say that she's trying to get somebody to stay around for 3 months. They can't even maintain a relationship with the man. And we wonder where the younger women, we wonder where they got that stuff from that's in their heads. And it's from women like this. They've passed this stuff down across generations. And now we have a society where most women are unfit, unqualified for marriage. You have a bunch of women that just want to have a wedding, but you don't have many of them that's really there to serve their husband and do what they're supposed to do as a woman and as a wife. You may have some that may talk about what they would do, but yet they can't even maintain a boyfriend for 3 months. They can't even prove to him that they're qualified to be a girlfriend. For the men out there, you are going to be pressured by women like Claudia. But if you decide that you want to do something like that, before you do, you want to make sure you know why you're doing this in the first place. And are you getting a good deal? You already know what she's wanting from you, but do you know what you need from her? And has she shown you that she has the ability to do it? And not just the ability, but has she shown that she will happily do it for you? I want you guys to answer this question below in the comments. Men heading towards marriage today, are they getting a good deal? Want to see more content like this? Make sure that you support this channel. I want to give a special shout out to Isaiah and also Dark Power for supporting this channel, hitting up the Cash App. And if you're interested in supporting the channel as well, just like them, the link to the Cash App is below in the description. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis and the truth about topics like this? Subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.